Good morning, stackers, wherever you are in the world. Here is a Bitcoin and crypto update for Monday, the 2nd of June 2025, with me, Joe Main, brought to you by Storm Rake and Mastering the Markets. Here is Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. Just want to zoom it out for you. 105,000 US dollars. So this is where we are at the moment. Again, weekly time frame. This is all the way back to 2011. Look at this amazing run for Bitcoin. We're at all-time high-ish kind of territory. Should pop you onto the daily. Just want to show you that macro just to see, where we are on the bigger picture. But right here, we're at 105,000. So back down below the previous breakout here of 109,000. We had this little top here of 112,000. At this point, it looks like a little bit of a liquidity grab, but we're not certainly all doom and gloom for Bitcoin at the moment. We've got some levels that we just need to hold. Pretty simple. Here is the indicators. We're using the tradingview.com website. It's the Bitstamp exchange price. Of course, you've got the trend line going through the recent two all-time highs back there in December of last year and January of this year. And you've got this larger uptrend line going back to the previous all-time highs. That was the 65,000 and the 69,000. And we respected that very, very well. Back onto the daily. You can see how we respected it. Okay, you've got all this buying right here. Buyers finally broke through. Became an area of selling back down to the $75,000 area, which was just coming back to visit previous resistance. So, kind of like par for course, really. Back up to that 112,000 liquidity grab. Okay, it's grabbed some stop losses back down. But here's the kicker, and here's the good thing. We're still within normal ranges, okay? What we need to hold very clearly is this area right here, somewhere between $94,000, $93,000 and about $96,000, $97,000, $98,000. It's based on this low and this high for the Fibonacci, okay? And this takes you into what is known as the Zag zone. Let me show you right here. And in particular, though, I'm really focusing on the top half of that Zag zone between the 0.5 and the 0.382. Why would that be? Number one, well, because of this uptrend line right there. Again, it has respected it. And it did remain as resistance, and then it finally broke through. And then you've got the top end here at the 0.382, and just down here at the 0.5. Where does that line up with? Well, that happens to line up with the previous amount of buyers all the way back through here. So this is the massive level that you really don't want to cross. Now, I'll give it anywhere into here, sure. I mean, technically you can come all the way down to that 89,000 kind of level, 88,800 roughly. And that's still, look, from this low and this high, yeah, you can come down in here. That's not perfect, but it's still within the, okay, you're in the Zag zone, then you can bounce off. But really, because of all of these buyers up here and of this uptrend line right here, the 0.5 Fibonacci, it's really in this zone right here that you really don't want to see it cross, okay? Now, if it just bounces off there, that is golden. Okay, so here's the two great scenarios that you want to see. Bounce off the 0.382 or just off here at that uptrend line that goes through the previous all-time highs and do something like that. Chef's kiss, fantastic. Or get down into here, get into the weeds with those previous buyers. Okay, and hopefully they are buyers again. The question becomes, they were buying back here, okay, a bit of selling here, okay. You had a bit of resistance here, but then the buyers stepped in again here and go, okay, cool, that was confirmed, right? But still buying here, fantastic. If they're not buying here again, if we sail through here, the question is, why is that happening? That would suggest that the market psychology is not giving confidence to Bitcoin anymore, basically. So it's a huge level right there around about that $93,000, $94,000 mark. That's what I'd be looking for. But anywhere down to here, it's a really healthy retracement after such a large move from 75,000. So short answer is really hold that $93,000, $94,000 area, fine. And then hopefully onwards and upwards we go. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is still on the way up. So Bitcoin is dominant. That's really all you need to know. If you're an altcoin fiend, an altcoin hound, you want to see this number drop. Okay. Not showing any signs of dropping at the moment. Okay, if we pop on the couple of indicators up here. Anything? No, look, everything's in kind of convergence, really. If I get rid of all this stuff for you just for a second, and all that so you can see it a little bit better. Actually, what I might do, just get rid of that one, and there we go. I'll get you rid of those brush marks. You can see that Fibonacci very clearly. We have broken through the Fibonacci right there, and I think from here, from this high and this low, we're actually back through the zag zone, I think, as well. Yep, we're even back through there. So there's nothing really saying that we are going to be heading down, which is good for altcoins at the moment. Okay, we are in convergence at the moment, so you are getting lower lows, right? And there's a lower low there. Okay, you're getting higher highs here in the midterm, and you're getting higher highs. So there's nothing that's showing me that's a bearish divergence. So again, just saying Bitcoin could be more dominant for a little bit. Let's take a look at others, the altcoin market minus the top 10. It got down to that max pain area that I talked about. Remember that? From a live session last week, I think it was. Don't forget, there's a live show tomorrow on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm live from 9:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. We got down to that downtrend line that I said, just watch out for max pain area, around about 230 billion. That's the area you really didn't want to cross. Now, we haven't crossed it. Look, on balance of probability, I mean, we really need to get over... Really, it needs to be back through here at 280 billion, okay? That previous area of resistance, okay? So that's resistance. Then it broke through. It was a failed move, one failed move, a second failed move. Really, if you get through here again, that would be good news, but it really has to hold, okay? Break and hold it this time. So really, just so you know, I am holding back from getting big into crypto at the moment. I'm basically all in US dollars in regards to the crypto market, and just waiting for the signs of a turnaround, okay? And hopefully onwards and upwards we go. I would suggest, though, if we do break that 230 billion and you break back down into here, then you could be looking for some more downside. Will you be shorting the market at that point, or are you shorting the market currently? Let me know in the comments. Have you got fat bags of altcoins from way back here and you're still in awesome profit and you're just waiting to see what happens? That's great too. Post a comment below. So that's what I need to see. Clear that 280 billion, okay? And then we'll talk turkey for higher altcoin season potential. What else? I'll do a few ones that I've been looking at for a while. Someone did mention on X that they wanted me to quickly update them on GRT. This is one of my favorites, and I will be back in it when it does show that it's a good idea to be back in. So GRT currently 9.5 US cents. We did break back below. Okay, so it looks like now that that inverse head and shoulders is not a thing. Okay, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Well, look, actually, to be honest, it actually did already play out. Okay, so we actually broke the neckline, and then we did have a larger move. Actually, that actually fully played out. But then you came up to this trapped money up here. Buyers, 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 buyers again there. We're definitely going to have some resistance there, because some of these people were getting shaken out through this price and through time. So they're going, oh, I bought here, 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 and here. I hate this game. I'm going to wait till it gets back to here and then break even. Some people have taken some I was going to say profits, but broken even just there. So they're out of the market. I would suggest the next time you come and break or test 13 cents roughly, I think that gets taken out next time. I absolutely believe that. But at the moment, we are broken down through this uptrend line right here. Sorry. So on balance of probability, we might be seeing lower prices to come. I won't give a lower target. Just has to be, we'll wait till we get there. But yeah, in order for me to be confident to at least consider getting back into GRT, the graph, right there, at that 13,133 kind of level. Now, if you do something like this, you bounce off there. If you clear that, that's actually a really good sign. You do that, there's basically no trapped money until around about here. So that's like a 50-something% move, okay? So you could gain a nice little 50% gain, okay, by waiting to see if it clears that 13.3 level, 13.3 cent level, and play that up to there. And then, of course, you'd be butting up against this bigger downtrend line. Okay, so I'd probably be trading that rather than holding it for the absolute future. But I'll tell you what, if it breaks through that 21, 22 cent mark, I know we're getting a little bit detailed here. Yeah, I need that there. If we can break through there, that is, again, chef's kiss, golden, and then we'll talk about higher prices to come. At the moment, though, 9.5 cents needs to break above that uptrend line bare minimum. That is for the graph. Will absolutely get back in when it shows more signs of strength. That is GRT. I want to show Hype. Hype has a lot of relative strength against Bitcoin. So here is the Hyperliquid. Is on KuCoin Exchange, and it is priced in USD $33.30 US cents. We have come down to the 0.382 from this low and this high. Okay, so perfectly bounced off the zag zone. It is holding up much better than other crypto has been. So it's kind of the darling of the moment. Look into what obviously Hyperliquid is and all that, and you might find, okay, I can see why if in a further crypto run, and because it's holding up so well against Bitcoin and holding up well against the other cryptos in the first place, you can see why Hyperliquid will go like that if general crypto does confirm itself to be going in a further alt season. But yeah, I'm happy for Hype to get anywhere down to here. A lot of confluence with this area, previous area of resistance we showed you last week. There was another Fibonacci, I think it was from this high and this low. Yeah, right there. So you see the 0.5 there, that is matching up, not the 0.5, the there, yeah, it's a lot of confluence. Right there at the, what is it, $28.20 level. Cool. So happy for it to bounce off there. We really don't want it to break down below 28.20 preferably, but so far holding good. Another one of my favorites is TOSHI, of course. TOSHI, the meme coin of base chain. TOSHI the cat, which is CEO Brian Armstrong's favorite cat, probably the favorite one. And I'll be back in TOSHI in a big way if it clears over certain levels. This is the Coinbase price. Of course, it got listed on Coinbase and then it went all the way up to 0.0025. Fantastic. We just haven't closed above the level we need to, and that's right here at the 0.0006 area. If you pop in on the 4-hour time frame, you can see it has acted as resistance so far. I just needed to do that. As soon as we do that, we're good. Okay, not good forever, but we're good for a higher move, right? We're at least getting out of the kind of danger zone. Okay, do something like that, and then I really needed to get above that area. See that area of buyers right there? Get through there, because you want those buyers to stay hodlers. Okay, you don't want them to be the, oh no, I hate this game, I'm going to get out here at my break-even point. You want them to hold onto it, and you want new buyers to come in. And so you really want, you'll probably get some resistance there, but you don't want to see that have resistance for too long. You need to see that breakthrough, and then it'd actually be looking really good for a move up to that 0.001 area. If that gets taken out, golden. Okay, really golden. That's on the weekly, and on the daily. So yeah, basically clear 0.0006, clear there, and then we're probably on the move up to the 0.001. And of course, naturally, right, if you do something like that, then we're looking good for possibly even making a new all-time high. We're nowhere near there yet. I'm just giving you the blue sky thinking. And of course, the next sort of major level I'd be watching out for in terms of lower prices is probably, yeah, I think it can be on that uptrend line. Actually, let me have a quick look here. Have we broken that? We actually did break that already, so that's not the one I'm looking for. Although, actually, I will keep that there because we need to. That kind of centers around that 0.0006. Yeah, look, the next major level is going to be down here at your, yeah, around about there at your 0.0004-ish kind of area. So just watch out for support there. If that doesn't hold, possibly further down. But are you still holding your TOSHI? Let me know. There's a wonderful TOSHI community, big rah fanboys, and that's a complimentary term. So let me know, are you still in? Are you looking to get back in? I will certainly be back into TOSHI. If meme coins are going to have their next season, TOSHI is one you really want to be having a look at. Okay, great community, and yeah, just clear, preferably that 0.0007 area would be nice. Okay, that is TOSHI. Also, just want to quickly show you white. This is WhiteRock. Okay, we've looked at this before on the channel during the live shows. Again, there's a live show tomorrow. Make sure you join us. And I just wanted to point out that we have gone into already, it looks like we've topped out here for a little bit at that 0.003 area. Okay, very clearly you can see it is bearish divergence, or we've gone through some bearish divergence. And this is where you have a higher high on the price, but a lower high on the relative strength index. Okay, so higher high here, and then a lower high. That was absolutely, and you can see that big spike as well. So higher high, big spike, closed in the red, bearish divergence on the RSI. You are going to have a bit of a tick over. Now, WhiteRock has done really well. We were talking about WhiteRock, I think somewhere back down here. One of my subscribers alerted me to it. Somewhere around here-ish. It's had a great move. If you've been in WhiteRock, congratulations. You've been doing really, really well. Have you taken some profits? Okay, that's the question. I certainly hope you have. If you've gotten anywhere down in here, I hope you've taken some profits along the way. Specifically, I hope you've taken profits at doubling your investment. Did you sell half on double, recoup your initial investment, and then free ride the rest? The rest is gravy. I certainly hope so, because general crypto, it's still up in the air yet. We don't have a definite direction either way. So do take some profits, people. That is WhiteRock. But if you're in it for the long term, let me know in the comments and the replies why you're just hodling WhiteRock, and it's the token for you. Okay, but yeah, I would expect a little bit more downward movement, downward price action. And where do I need to hold? Let me just get rid of a whole bunch of things here. I'm probably going to start from the start, actually. So give me a sec. I'll get rid of all of this junk. And let me see if I can start from the start. Now we'll take it from this high and this low. Did we get to a Fibonacci level? Was that? Yeah, it was kind of close to the 1.618 right there. Look, pretty obviously it's that trading range. Okay, so you might come back to this trading range here. You can see it pretty clearly. Anywhere down to about there is about right. That kind of looks like the main trading range. Okay, you've got the outlying positions going underneath and above, but anywhere between that 0.0097 and 0.0045 is kind of the area that you would want to find support at. Preferably you don't want to break back down into it if you want to see WhiteRock continue onwards and upwards from here. So something like that, bounce off and then hopefully onwards and upwards, or bounce off and just consolidate above here would be preferable. Okay, but heading back down in here, then you've got another level there at 0.0008, and obviously you don't want it to break 0.00045, and that just means we're now in the outlying bearish territory. Okay, and then downwards probably further you go. That is WhiteRock. If you're in, let me know. If you're looking to get back in, let me know, and just let me know what you think of WhiteRock. Finally, I quickly want to do Zebec network once again. ZBCN. Okay, this has had a massive run just recently, and I want to get rid of all of this for you and show you what I noticed last week, and it did actually play out. Although a potential double top here as well. So Zebec network, if you don't know what it is, just look it up. Many people, many subscribers to mine who are into crypto really love Zebec network. It was brought to my attention by one of my awesome subscribers, and we were talking about it all the way back down here. We had a huge move up to that 0.0073 area last week. I just want to point out, if I could show you the video, I would show you the video. I'm sure you can just go back and find it. But I did mention that we were starting to look quite over, like the momentum was starting to wane. And just like I showed you with WhiteRock, we were having higher highs, but we weren't matching those highs or even going higher. So I said, you've got to watch out for the bearish divergence around about here. So I said here, and I asked very specifically, I asked, did you take some profits? and please take some profits. It's always a good idea. Again, if you're buying down here and you're not taking profits after a 400% move, okay, if you're not taking any profits, if you're not taking at least your initial investment out, so you're not taking profits, but you're at least recouping your initial investment, and then anything you sell from there is pure profit, right? If you're not doing that after, say, a 400%, 300%, 200% move, even a 100% move, right? After doubling your money, if you're not taking out your initial investment, okay, you're just playing with a little bit of fire here. Okay, so higher high, then we have seen, it did print a lower high on the relative strength index. That then did see a lower price, okay, a little bit of lower price movement. We're actually showing that again. I think we're showing bearish divergence one more time here. So we've got a double top, and now that's again lower on the relative strength index. So higher high, lower high, equal high, lower high. So my bet is at the moment that we are going to continue to see some lower prices on Zebec network, ZBCN. If I'm wrong, well, I'm wrong, and could it just absolutely just rocket up from here? Yes. On balance of probability, more likely that we see some downside. Now we could take a look at where we could potentially find some support at. If you take it from the daily, that's a 4-hour pivot. I'd rather take it from that daily pivot. It's probably a better idea to give us a better indication. I would take it from, and I'll get rid of you. Yeah, I'll take it from back there. Let's see. Excuse me, 1 second. I'll take it from, I'll do it from here to start with. We've got a little bit of a pivot point there. That's just a small one. I'm probably favoring the one down here. No, I'm going to favor that. So my guess is we come down into the zag zone based from this low and this high. And yeah, that's definitely going to be that one. Okay. So we are looking at the zag zone, and that's anywhere between here and here. So watch out for potential support, and you want support to hold right here for Zebec network, and that's anywhere between the top end of 0.005, call it, and the 0.618 at 0.036. Cool. So if you want to see Zebec ZBCN continue onwards and upwards from here, you want to see the following, where you find support somewhere in that zone. Cool. You do not want it to cross through there. Otherwise, then we're heading down further. Probably then you'd be taking it from, if we do break that 0.00036 area, then what you would need to do is you actually need to take the Fibonacci from the next pivot low. So then you have to take it from, instead of there, you have to go back to here. And then you've got your next lot of zag zone area, which is not too different. But if you do break that first 618, then you've got this area to contend with. And that's anywhere between, it's pretty close, 0.0047 and 0.003132. Okay, so I'll stick with that first one. Okay, watch for that. And then if that support doesn't get held, then I'd watch out for this support to get held. And if that doesn't get held, then we're talking obviously down to this, back into the regular zone that I had drawn in for a while, the sort of normal range, which was kind of through, it's actually through there. I would actually expect to get back into this kind of zone. If you break here, I'd expect to come back into here, quite possibly. But have you taken some profits along the way? If you haven't yet, and again, you're already up double, triple, quadruple your money, not a bad idea to at least take out your initial investment and just ride the rest. And as I said, the rest is gravy. I am expecting lower prices for Zebec network. I think that's all the crypto that I want to talk about today. And of course, my brand new sponsor, as you've just been learning right here, is the amazing Storm Rake. Storm Rake is an Australian-based, Melbourne Australian-based full-service cryptocurrency brokerage. Buy, swap, and sell, and let them do it all for you at Storm Rake. Now, let's take a quick little look. It's the first time that I've been plugging these guys. They are my new brand sponsor, and I've been working with them for a while to get, crossing my T's, dotting my I's, and working out the the deal, etc. And they've got a great deal for you, which I can share with you. Of course, you've got to use my referral link, but let's quickly have a look at what they do. New crypto, timeless brokerage, effortless, secure, and tailored cryptocurrency trading. Stormbreaker's brokerage service is designed to simplify the complex so you can focus on what matters. Pretty simple. They're just a full-service cryptocurrency brokerage. You get dedicated brokerage service operator, okay, who handles everything, including custody if you don't want to deal with cold wallets and hot wallets and exchanges and cold storage, hardware storage, hardware wallets and all that. They do it all for you, okay? So it is a personalized professional service, okay? And it's end-to-end guidance as well. And so they're absolutely amazing. Happy for them to be on board as one of my amazing brand sponsors of Good Morning Stackers. And if you don't want to do it yourself, and if you want to get into the crypto market, again, buying or selling or just swapping out crypto, but you don't have the time, you don't have the knowledge, you just couldn't be bothered, let Stormbreaker do it for you. And let us help you by giving you lifetime 33% off brokerage fees. Now, all you need to do is use my referral link right there, bit.ly/GMS Stormbreak. That's if you're signing up for the first time. If you're already a member of Stormbreak, then obviously you don't get the deal. But sign up with that link, and I'll put a link below in the info section of the YouTube page and as part of the pinned comment. I'll put it everywhere where this video will be going out to. Lifetime 33% off the brokerage fees. And that's pretty much it. And of course, Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com as well. The amazing academy is also sponsoring Good Morning Stackers. Head over to Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been your crypto deal for Monday, the 2nd of June, 2025. My name is Joe Main. Let's do a synchronized slurp to take it out. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. I know you miss it when I don't do a live show. You will catch me live tomorrow on Tuesday, the 3rd of June at 9:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Join the Good Morning Stackers family for everything amazing we do there. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking whatever you're stacking, and I'll see you tomorrow.